we rented a boat for the day.
Very cool. What's the weather like there?
Very hot, like 87, 88.
Oh, wow.
Taryn says hi.
Hi, Taryn. I'm getting ready to get our webinar broadcasted to YouTube.
Okay, nice.
So
well, I wish I could join, but I got some swimming to do and I don't have much internet, so I will see you soon. I'll be home on Thursday.
Would you share real quick before you hop off? I'm starting a recording just about your experience with lifelong vitality, since that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Okay, well, I'll tell you real quick that I missed a couple days on vacation. And let me tell you, with all the walking we've been doing, I could sure tell because my energy level completely tanked. And then now that I'm back on remembering to take it with my meals, I'm feeling energetic and enjoying my vacation and feeling great. Oh, and with all the crazy food I've been eating, the Terrazyme has been amazing. So I add that to my Lifelong Vitality when I take it with meals. And
awesome.
It's definitely helped a lot.
Awesome. It's so great to notice a difference, right?
Yeah, and I went for years without taking it just because I've never taken vitamins before. And so now that I take it regularly, I definitely am glad that I do, and I always will continue taking it. It's nice to have energy.
Yay! Have a wonderful vacation, and I'm glad the Lifelong Vitality and the Terrazyme are helping make that even better.
Yep, they sure are. And I have a feeling we're going to be using lots of lavender and frankincense in a water spray for sunburn tonight.
Well, have a good time while you're out there on the boat and enjoy the rest of your vacation.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I miss you, and I'll talk to you soon.
See you soon.
Okay. Adios.
Adios. Oh, it's so nice to see our friends and so great to see Christine. Today we're going to be talking about lifelong vitality, what Christine was just sharing a bit about. For those of you who aren't familiar, I am Dawn Beam, and I'm kind of the head of the Heart Nature Tribe. And we are a group of people who are learning to live our best life with doTERRA support, with the essential oils and their supplements, and just all other pieces of our lives that we can up level, because I know from my own life experience that as I improved my wellness, the people around me benefited as well. My family, the people in my community, and little trickles of it go out into the world. And so I'm glad you're here. This is the second of our series of continuing education for those people who've joined, and my little doggy Ginger there, for those who have joined the Heart Nature Tribe, gotten a doTERRA, crooked glasses, essential oil wholesale customer account, or if you're interested in learning more about that, this is a great place to start. We are really passionate, and doTERRA as a whole is really passionate about making sure that people have the tools and resources to have three things. Hope, first of all, that things can be better. I was talking yesterday with someone, and we were sharing about just some health things that we dealt with for years and sometimes even decades, and modern medicine had no solutions for us. And we found that by using certain essential oils in very simple ways, we were able to support our bodies so we no longer had to deal with that particular issue. And to have hope that things can get better, like Christine said, that even as we're getting older, that we can go on vacation and give our body the nutritional support we need and desire so that we can have more fun. We have more energy, we're less achy, and we can digest foods that maybe we're not so familiar with. So I just am here to share that there is hope that your life can be better and that your body can feel better than it does today. The second thing is help. In order for that hope to translate into reality, we need tools, we need understanding, we need to know how to go about doing this. And I am a firm believer that it's the little tiny changes micro habits that we slowly integrate into our lives that actually create a whole new reality for us. So we're going to talk a bit about some of those today. The third thing is empowerment, and we become empowered when it becomes part of our DNA. When we go from hearing information to being transformed by acting, taking action, and doing what we know is going to benefit us. And there's no perfect in that. There's no like ideal, I've got it all together and I do everything right for my health and wellness and I never feel sick or tired. It's just empowerment that when things come up, when we struggle, we know we have tools. We have experienced greater wellness and we've experienced being able to support our body through difficult things. So we have hope and help that we can do it again. So thanks for joining me, whether you're here live in YouTube or whether you are watching this later in our Facebook group. I just want to invite you and thank you for coming and joining. I'm going to be sharing a slideshow just because the images can really help us with getting that help solidified in our understanding. Oh, yeah, I think I'm sharing it. Fingers crossed, because I can't exactly see it right now. All right, we're going to go beyond the basics of our top 10 oils, and we're going to dive into the next in our series. The first one was just our foundation of oils, how they work, why they work, and which oils to use. The second is daily vitality, and that's what Christine was talking about. She was talking about how by taking the supplements and by supporting her body nutritionally, she was literally experiencing something different and able to enjoy her vacation more. Thank you, Christine, for sharing that. My story with this vitality piece is in my teens, my 20s, and even my 30s, I would be classified as fairly ill. My body, people around me would just say, she just has a fragile body. And when I went to doctors and specialists, they would say, oh, you're so interesting, and there's nothing we can really do to help you. When things get super bad, we could give you chemotherapy, we could give you drugs to shut your reproductive system down, or we could take out an organ or two, like the spleen or the uterus. And none of those were really appealing, and none of those offered me hope that things could truly get better. I did take a lot of supplements. I went to various doctors. I did a lot of research on my own, and I found things that were supposed to help you. And I'm assuming that they did help to some degree. And I didn't feel different when I took them, except for one, which is a B vitamin supplement. And when I was introduced to doTERRA, I started, like many of you, with essential oils. It was something new to me, and I felt an immediate change. And so I was like, wow, what is this stuff? And then as I continued to increase my education and look at what doTERRA had to offer and why they offered it, I saw that they had a line of supplements. And I already had a medicine cabinet full. So I waited a while. And then as I did more research with what I'm going to share with you today, I decided to switch over. What happened was that I noticed a difference for the first time, just like Christine shared at the beginning. I noticed more energy, and for me, more brain clarity. And when I've talked to friends and other people who have also shifted into using these supplements, they have said that their particular body challenges, they noticed a difference in. Some, it was better rest at bedtime. Some, it was less pain in their joints. Others, it was their mood improved, their energy improved. And some, like me, it was my ability to think clearly and focus. And the people around me noticed a difference too. So that's exciting. And that's why I'm thrilled to be able to share this information with you now and invite you to use it, to take the next step and take action so you can experience this daily vitality as well. let's look at it. Now, our body is made up of cells and neurotransmitters and a whole bunch of chemistry and amino acids and building blocks that all work together in this profoundly fascinating and complex way to do all the functions that our body does and we take for granted so often. It's not until one of our systems or one of our body groups starts to give us a challenge, whether it's our skin, or for me, I had experienced infertility, and all of a sudden I was faced with the recognition that it doesn't just happen. And I got to dive deeper into what our reproductive system looks like and all the little things that have to happen to get that little egg and sperm to meet together and be healthy and go into a healthy uterus and create a healthy baby. And as I learned that and gave my body what it needed and my husband's body what it needed, we were able to overcome that challenge and have two beautiful, amazing children. So our systems are complex, and when we support them, they function in ways that we don't have to understand completely. So our lifestyle and what we do and what we put in impacts our wellness. And when we've used essential oils, and I'm assuming if you're here that you've had some great experiences with oils, we can sometimes have the mistaken belief that, well, there's an oil for that. I know you've heard that before. And there truly are oils to help with all sorts of things. But one thing I heard Emily Wright say a few years back that stuck with me was essential oils are chemistry. And chemistry works in our body and interacts with our body chemistry. And our cells are physical structures that need nutrients. And if our cells don't have the nutrients they need, then when the chemistry is inviting them to do what they were designed to do, they just don't have the resources or the capacity to do it. So supplementing and supporting our body nutritionally and giving our cells what they need, and then triggering things with the chemistry of the oils combined together to make a much bigger impact than either one alone. A couple of things we're going to look at right now are nutrient intake, metabolizing with enzymes, which is what Christine was referring to with being able to digest foods that maybe her body was less familiar with. Cleaning out the waste and releasing toxins, and we'll be diving further into that next week as well, and having healthy intestinal flora. There's so much I want to say about all this because these things revolutionized my life. And I went from being someone who in my early 30s was too depleted, exhausted, and my body not working well enough to pick up my 2-year-old daughter and put her in the car. That's how sick I was. And I was not well enough to be able to work outside the home. I barely functioned in the home. And if you've ever felt that way and felt like there was no way through it, I'm here to share that there is hope and that things can change and that our bodies are far more resilient than we give them credit for or that we've ever been led to believe. All right, let's move on down. Nutrient intake. All right, so there's 2 ways that doTERRA offers this. One is the daily nutrient pack with the Z omegas and the VMZ. Now these 2 are designed for every body, literally. My 12-year-old daughter takes these. Pregnant women can take these. Elderly people can take these. A friend of mine, her mom was in hospice and dealing with chemotherapy. I guess it was probably the chemo and then later on hospice. And she took these supplements to her doctor and said, is it okay for my mom to take these? And the doctor was like, wow, no, this is great. Go ahead and give it to her. And it supported her through those really difficult seasons. We're going to dive a little more into what's in there, but you can know that this is a safe supplement for anyone, including breastfeeding moms. We get that question too. The Lifelong Vitality Pack is the 3-pack below. And that one has alpha CRS, Z omega, and the VMZ. And the alpha CRS is, and we'll dive a little further, is cellular repair system. So this is designed for those of us whose bodies have had stresses, and that's pretty much most of us. And it really has some targeted support to really benefit our cells. All right, let's talk a little bit about these two. Hello, hello, and welcome. Let's see who's here with us. Hi, Doris. Welcome. I'm going to just keep on sharing, and feel free to comment in the chat box as we go along. Let me open my chat box. Okay. All right. So the daily nutrient pack includes these two. And like I said, it's for nutrition, wellness, and vitality. And I'm going to dive a little more into them. And this one has the alpha CRS, the lifelong vitality. Now, let's talk a little bit about the daily nutrients that our bodies need. Now, what's really fascinating to me is that the younger generation, a lot of times when we're young, we feel like we don't need supplements. I eat healthy, my body's working well for me, I'm doing what I need, and we don't need any extra. As we get older, we start to realize that our body could use some support. However, things have changed in our world. And there's a study in shared in the New York Times about the fact that our food, the apples that we have, the broccoli, even if they're grown organically with great nutrients, even if you grew them in your backyard, are different than the fruits and vegetables that were grown 50 to 100 years ago. The soil's different. The fruits and vegetables have been genetically bred for specific things like good shelf life or a beautiful exterior. And because of that, they have lost phytonutrients, plant nutrients that our bodies need and were designed for. Those apples from 100 years ago, when they studied the actual nutrition, had 100 times more phytonutrients than any of the apples on the market today. So even if we're eating really well, we're not getting the same things our bodies were designed for. And in 100 years, our genetics don't change enough to keep up with that change. So we come into this world depleted. And as I shared at the beginning with my infertility struggles, when I studied this, I learned a lot about healthy eggs and healthy sperms and how our nutrition and the wellness in our body creates either a healthy egg or a not so healthy egg. And so generation to generation, our children, which you may see in the world around you, are facing at earlier and earlier and younger ages challenges that maybe were for middle age a decade or a generation ago. And so we need healthy support for our next generation and for ourselves. Okay, lots of studies show that everybody does need the supplementation. Now, in the past, I actually met with someone, I did a wellness consult a while back, and she had this bottle of a vitamin that you could get at Costco on her counter where you take one per day and it's a solid little tablet. And the reality is what we've learned over the past 20, 30 years is that these are poor quality. They may have the nutrients in them, but they are in mineral chemical form, and our bodies tend to reject almost all of it. So they call it really expensive urine. The second thing that happened is in the 80s, we decided, let's supersize it. We need more. And this is what my medicine cabinet looked like. Because I had health issues, I was just giving my body everything I could throw at it, which, seems like a really good idea, but our body still has to process all that. And too much of a good thing, as I tell my kids about candy and soda and TV and everything else, is a bad thing. So we want to look at something that is balanced. And that's what doTERRA has sought and created in these lifelong vitality packs. This is our average diet of how much we get of the different supplements, the different nutrients that our bodies need. And this is what the common multivitamin does. So we get a little more A, we get some more manganese and some more iron and some more folate, but there's still quite a few that we're not getting what we need. Then here's what happens when we try to like powerhouse our bodies. And for a while, this can actually, I'm going to just say, be beneficial because we are so depleted that we need more. But by slowly and steadily giving our bodies what we need instead of fire hosing them, we're going to have a much better ability to assimilate and to use the nutrients. And that's why doTERRA supplements go right in here to really try and target the best focused amount. All right, so let's talk about what each one does. The Microplex VMZ helps with our metabolism and our cellular energy by giving our cells those nutrients they need. They have our antioxidants in them. They have 22 essential vitamins and minerals. And you can go on doTERRA's website and look at exactly the amounts. And one thing I want you to keep in mind is that they call it a food nutrient complex for a reason. It is not a chemical or just mineral thing that's packed into a little powder. They create these supplements, these phytonutrients in a food-based matrix. And what that does is it puts it in a form that is known as bioavailable to our bodies. So when we take it in, our body says, oh, food nutrients, I know what to do with these. Instead of like, oh, what this iron stuff doing in my body, right? So it's the format that it's given in our body that makes it really able to be used. I was speaking with a woman on Wednesday, and she had started probably 2 months back taking these supplements, and she said, I notice my skin, my nails are so much, they feel stronger, I feel more focused and energized. And she noticed that this was impacting her body in a positive way because she was getting the things that her body wasn't getting before. Now, the essential oil omega complex, the Z omega, is amazing. It comes in little soft gels, and it is the fish oils, the land-based omega fatty acids. These are oils that are not essential oils, but they're essential. They work to help our cardiovascular system function well, and our joints and our brains. So this one I just absolutely adore. And anyone who struggles with focus, who struggles with brain function or joints, or where they are at risk for heart challenges, you'll find that even your doctors will recommend essential fatty acids. And that's what's in here, along with astaxanthin. Go ahead and Google astaxanthin. It's an amazing red-green algae that has been researched over probably the past 15 years. Amazing benefits for our health. Welcome. Now, this also has essential oils in it, and it's a blend of oils, including frankincense, which is amazing for cellular health function, brain health function, cardiovascular system, our central nervous system. It's just so good. Dr. Hill's like, everybody needs frankincense every day, so they make it easy by putting it right in our supplement. And it has what they call a tummy tamer blend, so it helps our body process and receive our supplements without as much of the digestive upset that some supplements can give. Okay, Alpha CRS, and then let me just see who's joined us. Hi, Carolyn. Good to see you. All right, Alpha CRS is the third of the pack, and I did have a gal, and she's a good friend. She was actually a student I taught in 5th grade, and now she's an amazing grown-up. And she had health issues with her thyroid that were really significantly impacting her life. And she's done a lot of things in her diet and exercise and lifestyle to support that and made huge strides. And she was taking the 2 supplements. And I remember her saying at one point that when she added the alpha CRS, it just brought it to a whole new level, and she really felt the difference. This one is designed with nutrients that really target our cell function to help it be healthier. Helps with that mental clarity, which I am so grateful for. And this one also has some of the tummy tamer blend in it. So really useful tool. And I take this one all the time because I know that it makes a difference, excuse me, in my own life. All right, we're going to keep going here. Some people do find, and I'm going to go back to this, when we take these supplements, I always recommend starting out with just one of each to give your body a chance to recognize what it is and assimilate before we go like giving our body a whole bunch. And then to take a second one in the afternoon, maybe a couple days or a week later. And then you can move up to 3. And the normal recommended dose is 2 of each, 2 of each twice a day. Once in the morning, once in early afternoon. This one can be very energizing. It has resveratrol in it. It has great things that help us with focus and energy. And it's not a stimulant. I'll say that. It doesn't have caffeine and that kind of thing in it. But you may not want to take it too close to bedtime. Some people are more sensitive than others. So be mindful of when you're giving your body these nutrients because they do activate in our systems. Occasionally, people have a little bit of digestive like speed, I think is a good way to put it, when they put this in their system, especially if they're taking too much of it right away. So scale back on it or pull it out. And want to drop into this one. I often tell people if they feel that the alpha CRS is just too powerful for their digestive system, to switch to the deep blue polyphenol complex. This is newer. So if you started on Lifelong Vitality, like my friend Gwen did, who said it was the icing on the cake when I asked her about how she was liking her oils, if that's the case, then you're going to want to switch over here to the deep blue polys. I'm sorry, lost my train of thought for a second. If you started back then, this didn't exist. It does now. It's amazing. This is designed to support, it's called deep blue not because it has deep blue oils in it, but it is designed to do similar things and work synergistically with the deep blue oil blend to support our joints and our muscles. When my mom injured her hip, this was so good because she's allergic to all of the drugs they would give you, all of the pain medicines, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And she took this instead, and it made a huge difference to her comfort as she was recovering from that. When I am just aching at the end of a long, busy day, I find that this helps me rest better at night. You can take it consistently like your supplements, and if you have an injury like my mom did, you can take it like 3 times a day for a targeted support for your body. And it includes these things that are high antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. So it gives the body a chance to clear out the bad stuff, the oxidative stress, and to reduce the inflammation and that inflammatory response that is normal and healthy when we have an injury, but that over our lifetimes, we can wind up where we're in a constant state of inflammatory stress. And this can help our body dial it back, which is a beautiful thing. All right, let's move on. I said that we were going to talk about putting in the good nutrition, but in order for that good nutrition to really be utilized, we need to support this whole system. And enzymes, as Christine so beautifully shared, and no, we did not plan her to say what she said at the beginning. The enzymes really help us break down and metabolize our nutrients. A really fun thing to do is to take what I'll share in a sec, the Terrazyme, and open it up and put it in some oatmeal and just watch what happens. Digestive enzymes are things that our bodies create and have. And as we get older, our bodies don't create more of it. So I remember my Nana when she was in her like 80s, she was like, oh, I can't eat lettuce anymore. Like my body will not process it. And I'm curious if she had known about digestive enzymes, if maybe it would have been possible for her to still enjoy the salads and get the nutrition she wanted, because she would have the digestive support of these enzymes. So you can take these with your supplements morning and evening. You can take them with each meal. And I have seen and heard so many stories of people who had significant digestive issues and brain fog issues, and just where our body feels toxic and sluggish, where this supplement made a huge difference because it allowed the body to break down the foods more effectively, to access the nutrients, and to clear out the junk in a more effective manner, where we don't wind up having that fermentation in our gut or the other issues that we might struggle with. Okay. Now, we also need to clear our waste and toxins. And no matter how clean your diet, no matter how well you take care of yourself, if you go in a sauna, if you do cleanses, our bodies are constantly experiencing toxins from our environment, from foods, even from the chemistry of our emotional reactions in our body and our normal body functions. So we want to support our body to be able to effectively clear out the toxins from our cells and from our larger system. So let's look at some of the supports that we have for this. So GX Assist, this one is a powerhouse, and this is not one to take every day. This is one that you take when you're doing a detoxing cleanse, and we'll be going more over that next time when we talk about healthy weight management and healthy metabolism. This one you would take for about 10 days, and I think there's 60 of them in there, so there's enough that you can do this cleanse multiple times over a year or two. You don't need to purchase this often, but it's fabulous to have. And the blend of essential oils really goes in and helps in the digestive system to get rid of bad stuff. I'm just going to put it that way. Like, you can talk about pathogens, we can talk about dysbiosis and gut bacteria that's like imbalanced in a way where we're experiencing lots of different digestive issues, and this goes in and helps clear it out. It's very potent and powerful, and I find that I need to take less than the recommended amount. Actually, when I'm doing this, I take one every other day. And how you'll know how much to take of this during that 10-day period is you're going to pay attention to what your body's telling you. If your body is starting to feel icky, like you've got the flu, nauseous, joint pain, fatigued, then your body is detoxing, and the die-off of the bad stuff is releasing chemistry and toxins that are just more than your body's able to process easily. And so dial it back to just that one. Give yourself an Epsom salt bath. Drink lots of water to assist your body in cleaning out the bad stuff. Okay, it's still going to be effective. And in the past, I know when I did cleanses in the probably 90s and early 2000s, they were like, oh, it's good. You know, you're going to feel like crap for 4 days and then you'll feel amazing. And while that's true, what we found is that the process of offloading all those toxins so quickly and intensely actually is a stressor on our body. And stress is not great for our bodies. So go slow, and you can do this multiple times. And again, we'll go more over this next time. This is one of my favorite things. Now we're going to skip the Zendocrine complex up on the right. It is an amazing support of nutrients that help the liver, like just clean house, like a chimney sweep kind of would clean out the chimney. But doTERRA is struggling and working hard to find a place where they're going to be able to process exactly what they want in this effectively with the quality that they insist upon. And so right now we can't get it, and that's okay because we have all these other tools. The Zendocrine Detoxification Blend. This is one of my favorite oil blends. You'll hear me talk about it lots of times because it is a blend of oils that specifically supports our organs of elimination. And our organs of elimination are our liver, our gallbladder, our kidneys, flushing out all the toxins, breaking things down. They work hard all the time. When we're on medications, when we are in toxic environments. I met with someone the other day who had lived 5 years in an apartment with black mold. She was experiencing really severe neurological and physical challenges from it. Our bodies from the outside can really have a lot of stressors put on them, and our diet. You know, I have a glass of wine, that's going to be harder on my liver. And so this blend is really supportive to help our system do what it does more and more effectively. So you can swipe it across your liver, which is just below, I'm going to show you down here, the right-hand side, right where your ribs kind of wrap there. You can put it on your low back where your kidneys are. You can put a drop in your mouth if you don't mind that so much. I don't. You can add it to your water and drink it. And it comes in a soft gel form as well, and you can just take it like a supplement. Some people use this just during a cleansing season. I like to use this almost all the time because I know that my liver and my kidneys work extra hard, and because of my body system, they need extra love and support. So this is one of my favorite things. Let's see, we have a little comment in our chat room. Oh, Carolyn's saying she loves the Zendocrine too. Fabulous. I know, it's one of my favorite things. Lemon and citrus is a fantastic way to support our body system clearing out the toxins. I cannot tell you how many stories I have of people just drinking water in the morning from glass with 1 drop of lemon and really experiencing significant difference in their body. And that's why I'm gonna hammer it home every time I talk with you guys. Doing a little bit is a lot. And if you can anchor it to a habit, keep the lemon right by your kitchen sink where you fill up your water and put a drop in every time you drink, you will be supporting your bodies and you will see a difference. 2 quick stories. One was a friend whose hands and feet swell in the summer when she's walking around because her body just struggles with that. She added that lemon to her water just as a nice, good, supportive daily habit and found that when she did that, she experienced much less of that swelling. Another family member who dealt with a condition where uric acid crystals build up in the bloodstream, and that's painful in the joints. It's called gout. He started putting a drop of lemon in his water and experiencing a real benefit where those crystals were not building up, where they were dissolving. It was really remarkable. Something that we feel like we need to live with, or there's not a really great answer. Something as simple as a drop of lemon in your water can make a difference. All right. We're going to go more into this cleanse and restore stuff next week when we talk about healthy weight. And we're going to jump to probiotics, last little piece here. Where this helps support and replenish our intestinal flora. Now, particularly, more and more, if you Google like gut health, you will see that research is showing that our gut and our brain are really closely tied, and the health of our gut impacts the functioning of our brain. There is more serotonin being created in our gut than in our brain. And serotonin is that happy neurotransmitter that helps us feel like everything's going to be okay, is kind of how I put it. So taking care of our gut and giving the healthy, happy biotics really help create a system that's in balance. And when we don't have that, and even when we cleanse maybe too harshly, we're creating like a power vacuum in there where the negative bad bacterias and things like that, candida, the fungus, all of that can grow more quickly, and you wind up with a bigger problem. So probiotics are super important, especially when we're taking things like antibiotics for health issues, because that's going to impact the positive bacteria in our gut as well. So doTERRA has a really good probiotic. It's called PB Assist. And one beautiful thing about it is that it is a double pill. I wish there was a picture of it there, where part of it breaks open in the upper part of our digestive system. So if I scroll back here, like in the stomach and going into the small intestines, and the other part is a harder shell. And so it only opens when it gets down to the lower intestinal tract, where we really need added support. And most probiotics that we take or that are on the market, it doesn't make it down there because the acid in our stomach tends to destroy more of them. So some really cool things about the way they designed that. These, giving our cells the healthy things they need, supporting them with this nutritional foundation, really does produce vitality. People who see me today know that my body, and that knew me long ago, know that my body's different. I have more energy now, even after some significant years of struggle, than I did when I was in my 20s. And that's because I've learned the things that my body needs and been able to give it to them. So I'm here to share that hope with you and invite you to please give it a try. Now, the Lifelong Vitality Pack, I'm just gonna scroll back up to that picture, that second one down there. Both of them are packaged together, and I'll show you. They also come in like a little daily thing where you can have, like, this is great for when you're going on vacation like Christine, where you have just the Z-Omega and the other two, oops, there we go. And I can just stick these in my purse, and when I'm out on the go or when I'm on vacation, I can use them. But these are designed and priced so that members who are wholesale customers get it for a much lower price than what you could buy these same nutrients for in the stores with their markup and everything. doTERRA really keeps their profit on this super low so that we can all have access to it. Now, most people who are my size or just average size, we may not need the full dose. So that's 4 of each in a day. So some people just take 2 of each a day and they feel really good benefit from it. And if that's you, that means this supplement pack will last you 2 months. And it's $79 or so on loyalty rewards. If you bought those supplements separately, they would be well over $100, closer to $200. And I'll have to find that slide that shows when you go to the store how much it is, because it's remarkable what a savings we get from it. Plus, in the loyalty rewards program, when you order your supplements through it, you actually get points back because it's over 50 pp. So you're going to start earning points. Now, I just want to share that with you. In the next half hour or so, I'm going to share some doTERRA business basics. And whether you are a sharer, a customer, or building a doTERRA business, I invite you to, if you have time, tune in, because you'll learn some lingo and you'll learn some basics about this loyalty reward program that will help you maximize the benefits and the free product that you're able to get. So if you, like me, have a family that loves helichrysum, sandalwood, and frankincense, which are 3 of the most expensive oils, you will love the loyalty rewards program, because I don't like paying $80 for an essential oil blend. So I save my points and I get it for free. So this is a really fabulous thing that doTERRA offers, and a wholesale customer can access this and take advantage of it. We'll share more about that in a minute. Yeah, starting to get your oils for free every month. There's 2 ways to do that. One is by racking up loyalty rewards points, and the second way is sharing some with your friends. Now, here's the deal about sharing with friends. You do not have to run a doTERRA business. You can refer your friends to the person who shared oils with you, or you can learn how to just upgrade to a wellness advocate and learn the basics of how to enroll your friends and help them get connected to our group. And you can be earning 20% back for the first few months on their orders, and then a little bit every month from then on out. We'll talk more about that in our business training. It doesn't require a lot from you, and your friends will thank you, I promise. All right. Here's a little bit, and this is that fast start, that 20% back, and some other ways that you can earn money with doTERRA. We're not going to go deeply into this now. I just want to make you aware that that possibility is out there. When I first started with doTERRA, I was a customer, and I wanted nothing to do with any of this because I was barely holding my life together. But as I started to experience wellness, that hope, that help, and that empowerment that I mentioned at the beginning, I was like, it's not going to be okay if I don't share this with my friends. They need to know about this because they're struggling too. And so I was able to shift once I had that empowerment in my own life. So thank you for tuning in on this. Our next class is going to be about weight control and helping our body metabolism function at its most effective. You'll learn a ton of things there. And I'm going to hop out of this slideshow. Okay, stop my share. And let you know. Oh, hey, Carolyn, welcome back. We're going to shift gears a little bit and go into some business basics. And these business basics are really honestly good for anyone in doTERRA, even customers, because a lot of times what I realized is that, and Carolyn, you may have experienced this, that because I've been doing doTERRA for so long, I can throw words around and be like, oh yeah, you just need to talk to your upline or get your LRP or do this. And people are like, the what, the who? And it can be a little confusing because doTERRA, like anything, has its own lingo. If you're a doctor or a nurse or a medical transcriptionist, you have a language you speak in writing prescriptions and dealing with customers. Massage therapists have a language that they use. Artists have a language that they use. Teachers have lesson plans and IEPs and 504B plans and all sorts of things. And our oil company is no different. We have language. So I'm going to go over this with you, and I will be putting this link in a spot where you can access it as well in our Facebook group and in the YouTube thing. So, and again, feel free to comment and ask questions as we go through the chat box. I'm going to just go through some of these basic lingo things that you'll hear, whether you're a customer or more, if you're starting to look at doing doTERRA in a way where you're earning some money, getting your oils free or subsidized, and maybe doing a business and changing the world. So I'm going to give a huge shout out to Keely Martinez, who put together a basic fundamentals training, and I'm going to be using her PDF resources and sharing them with you because she did such a beautiful job with it. So you'll see some of her things coming through, and I do have her permission to share that. And let's get started. So here's some doTERRA lingo to learn. Auto ship. If you go and you're looking at your orders, you may see AS, IO, or something else. next to the order, and you're like, did I do a loyalty order? Did I do a like standard order? Am I going to get points for this? AS is an auto ship. And auto ship means that it's going to ship because you scheduled it. And then the next month it's going to ship if you don't change it. That's another term for our monthly loyalty rewards order. And that's something you do not have to do a business to have this benefit. And I do remember I had someone who was ordering every single month and she was not choosing the auto ship option. And so she wasn't earning the points. And I'm going to share about loyalty rewards and how that works in just a moment. But it's really good to know and to check that you placed your order properly, that you're going to get the LRP points, the loyalty points. And you'll know that when your order processes, it processes at midnight on the day that you have scheduled. So if I have my order set to process August 24th, then at midnight, and that's Utah time, so mountain time, it is going to process when it turns August 24th. It's not going to wait till 3 in the afternoon. So if I want to change it, I want to change it at least the day before it's going to ship. And we can go in and we can change our orders. You're never stuck with whatever's in your cart unless you wait till after that date and you forget. And if you do, it happens. You're going to probably use those products down the line anyway, so save them, give them as gifts to people you love, or talk to one of your other doTERRA buddies and see if you want to trade things. That's a nice way to do it too. Internet order. This is placed, we don't have preferred members anymore, but it's placed by people through their virtual office. And that's one that sometimes I'll use if I am going to be selling something retail to someone. So that way it's not part of my loyalty, so where I'm getting points back from doTERRA, but I am going to get that 25% that I'm going to charge the person. So they're paying retail price, I'm paying wholesale price. And that's an IO, an internet order. Organizational volume. If you're building a doTERRA team, your OV is the volume of your order plus anybody who's underneath of you, whatever they've ordered for that month. And that's your overall volume. And that's important for when you're looking at getting bonuses or a rank. And this is how doTERRA structures and pays out their bonuses, which are really good bonuses. So it's worth your while to know your structure and understand these things if you're choosing to build a doTERRA business. Even if you're not, it's good to know your LRP and how it works. I used LRP, I was on LRP as soon as I started with the oils, mostly because my friend Rosie said that if I did that, she would give me the amazing Essential Life book, and I wanted to learn more about oils. And I figured, you know what, I'm not going to buy all these oils all at once. And first of all, it's too expensive. Second of all, I would be completely overwhelmed. So I'm just going to order a little bit at a time. And that's going to give me a chance to really get to know those oils that month and focus on a particular issue. Maybe your next month order will focus on the Lifelong Vitality Pack and some of those other supplements that are going to support your gut health. And you'll just like continue to use the oils that you have while you're working in this different area. Then the following month, maybe you'll work on something different. And so I found that that was a great way for me to get free points and to learn a little bit at a time and not break my bank. The other thing I want to note about this is I was a customer. I knew I was accruing points. I had no idea how to redeem them. And my friend Rosie, after about 9 months, she came to my house and she's like, Dawn, do you know you have loyalty points? And I was like, I think so, but I don't really get it. And she's like, okay, let's log into your account. And she showed me where they were and she showed me how to redeem them. And she also told me that they start to expire 12 months after you accrued them. So every couple of months, go in and spend them. Make it Christmas, where you get a whole bunch of free stuff. I think last month I got about $200 worth of free things through my loyalty rewards points. So it was really exciting to be able to stock up on some of those things. Okay, POM, palm, I think yarrow palm oil, pomegranates, pomegranate juice. And for a while, it took me a while because I don't always catch on to these little details, that they were actually referring to the product of the month. Every month, doTERRA gives us something free if we're on loyalty rewards. And in order to get that free product of the month, you qualify by having an order that month that's 125 PV, which we'll talk about, product value, and you place that order before the 15th of the month. That helps their warehouse, kind of spread out the orders. It also encourages us to get started earlier in the month. And this month, I was so excited because it's an oil we can't even purchase. So they were gifting us something that we can't even buy. And I was like, I am definitely getting my order in before the 15th of the month because I wanted that laurel leaf. All right, product of the month. Let me just see. Okay, product of the month. Oh, sorry, PV. That's that personal volume, that product value. And it's really important to know the difference when you're like, I want to get that free product of the month. It's important to know that your dollar amount that you're paying may be different than your PV. So with the supplements, for example, it's $79.50, I believe, for the 3-pack Lifelong Vitality. And it's 60 PV. That's how much doTERRA is going to qualify that order for. So if I wanted to get my product of the month, I needed 125 PV. So if I got 2 Lifelong Vitalities, it would be like, I don't know, what's that? Almost $160. But it's only going to be 120 PV, the 260s, okay? So you want to look in your order at the PV when you're seeing if you're qualifying for the product of the month or other things. So I love doTERRA. They are always looking for ways to be generous to us. And the shipping rewards points are one way that they are so good to us. Now, if you are ordering just every now and then, sort of like you would in Amazon Prime, you will get half your shipping rewards points. That means that if you place an order for, let's say, if you place an order and your shipping costs $6.99, then you're going to get 3.5 or half in shipping points. And those points go into your little doTERRA point bank, and you will be able to add them up and redeem them for free oils. So you're basically getting your shipping half off because they're giving it to you in oil points. If you place loyalty orders, you will get the whole thing back of your shipping. So I pay $6.99 in shipping. I get 7 PV points, which gives me $7 in my doTERRA oil bank. So I just love that they do this for us so that our shipping is covered and we're accruing and being able to redeem them for product. Okay, lots of other words. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly, and this is here. Active is a wellness advocate who's ordering regularly and ordering within the past 6 months. Downline are the people below you, the people you enrolled, the people they enrolled, the people who somebody maybe put under you as a sponsor. So those are the people that all add up to your OV. An enrollee is the person you enroll. And an enroller is the person who does the enrolling. And the enroller is the person who qualifies for the Fast Start bonus. We'll talk about that another time. But enrollers also are responsible for helping and supporting this person. So you're getting bonuses because you are serving your customers, the people who you enrolled. Fast Start is the bonus that's paid weekly, and that's paid every time you enroll someone. That week you're going to get the Fast Start bonus. We'll go more into the bonuses in another call, but when people say, you know, Fast Start, this is what they're talking about. And really important, especially if you're just if you are casually sharing your oils, maybe you're not building a full-on business, but you enroll friends now and then, or you have a class and you enroll people. In order to receive Fast Start bonus or any other commissions like that, you need to have 100 PV LRP order in your cart. So there's the PV, the LRP, and it's in your cart. So if you go to your shopping cart, you would look and you would see that your next order for next month or whenever your next order date is, has at least 100 PV in it. Even if you're going to change it up later and choose different items, I just make sure I throw something expensive in there so that I have enough so that I never miss a commission. Inactive is an account that hasn't ordered in over 6 months, and that's important later when we talk about placement. Ranks. This is how doTERRA lets you know where you're at in your business, and that's also how they break down and pay out commissions and leadership bonuses, and we'll learn more about that later. Wholesale customer. Anybody can be a customer, and I really encourage everyone to start out as a customer. It doesn't serve anyone for you to start out as a wellness advocate. You don't know about oils and you don't know about doTERRA. Being a wholesale customer gives you at least 90 days or longer, like me, for a couple years, a chance to use the oils for your own personal life and have your own experiences and learn all this lingo and how doTERRA works. And then you can upgrade and become a wellness advocate where you're able then to enroll people. Product credits, those are the PV points that you get when you're accruing your loyalty bonuses. A sponsor is someone who, we'll get to that later. It's someone who has an advocate put under them, or who has a customer put under them. So if I've enrolled somebody and I'm like, where are they going to be best supported in my organization? For example, I have Christine Tappert, who is in the beginning of our call. She is an expert in pets and using essential oils safely and effectively with pets. So when I enrolled a hospice veterinarian who was interested in integrating the oil usage for her clients, I sponsored that person under Christine. Christine became the sponsor because I enrolled and then I put her under Christine so that she has my support and Christine's support, and both of us will financially benefit. So that's part of why we might sponsor someone. If an account's suspended or terminated, that means that they are no longer actively using their account and they'll change off your tree. And all these terms are going to make more sense when you have teams under you and when you're trying to create this structure. Upline is the person who supports you above. So for my hospice veterinarian friend, it's going to be Christine and me and the people above me who are her upline. And a leader is someone in doTERRA. If you are mentoring and helping other people learn to do this business, if you're holding trainings and you're helping teams, then you are considered a leader. And you're not just having your team, but you're helping other people lead their teams. So a builder is someone who is enrolling people regularly and enrolling other people as wellness advocates. So they're starting out as customers, becoming advocates, and now they have business people to work with. That's a builder. A sharer is someone who uses products. They're like a customer with the benefit of they enroll people, they help people become customers. And a user is someone who, like I started, like you may be, someone who just uses the oils. And 85% of doTERRA are users. We're customers because these products work and they change lives. And so we keep ordering them. We keep using them because they're making a difference for us. If you're in the business, there's cross-line, there's advocates that are on different teams than you. Your why, people will ask you, what's your why? And we're going to do a whole training on this at some point, but this is what's your purpose in why you're doing this business. For me, a big part of my why is hope, help, and empowerment. I want to help other people have what I received because my life is better and I want theirs to be better too. Structuring and placements, that's where we put people to build ranks, to build teams, and that comes later once you've done some of the basics. Follow-up. If you are sharing with others, if you are building a business, helping people that you have given oils to, shared oils with, checking in on them, helping to answer their questions, that's called follow-up. And follow-up is a way of caring and a way of serving. And it also helps build your business because it helps other people move from hope to help to being empowered themselves. Frontline, people who are right under you. That'll be later. Qualifying legs when you're building team structure, that's what that is. Leg requirements, we'll get to that. Duplication, you may hear that term, and that's like, can somebody else do what you're doing? And I'm doing these calls on YouTube, on Facebook, online in our Zoom room, because I want people to see what teaching a class looks like. I do my Wednesday night intro to oil classes, and you don't have to get all fancy and be on YouTube and blah, blah, blah. You just have to have oils and share the basics. So do what I do in person. And you can learn through our words what ways that you can say things and ways that you can share and explain things. So watching other people like me, like others who do this, can really help you be more effective in sharing. And if somebody says we're going to talk about the business opportunity, we're going to talk about the compensation plan and how you get oils or how you get and earn money through helping others. All right, so that was a lot of lingo. Sorry if it's boring to you at all, but I think that it's kind of good to know those things. Now, I probably should have started with this. Maybe next time I will. And if you stuck with me this long, you rock. I want to just talk about the different memberships so that you can talk about them and so that you can understand them. And I might just switch this up when I take my video and edit it a little bit. 3 different kinds of membership. Well, you could be a retail customer, and I do have people who occasionally will buy something from me at retail. I don't encourage it, and I don't sell a lot of retail because look at this. They don't get 25% off. They don't get loyalty points that they can redeem for free things. They don't get shipping rewards or free product. They don't get a place where they can go shop from home, and they can't get any business compensation. So there's not a lot in it for them. I oftentimes will just allow people to buy retail through me if they just want to try one oil or they're really just not ready to commit to more. If they're going to spend more than $150 in a year on essential oils, it is 100% worth it to them to become a wholesale customer. The wholesale customer membership is $35. And if you spend, I think the break-even point is $120, then your 25% off discount is worth more than the $35 membership. That's if you're really mathy, right? You can understand that. Just know that if you spend over $120 in on oils, your membership is going to pay for itself. And I often do that in a month when I add in like my laundry detergent, my vitamins, my, oils that we use, our skincare that my kids use. So it's totally worth it for almost everybody. They do have the opportunity to do loyalty rewards. Loyalty rewards is a program, and it is free, and it can be joined at any time. You can be a wholesale customer without it. I've had people hesitate to become a wholesale customer because they thought that it meant they have to buy every month, and they weren't ready for that kind of commitment. So I just want to encourage you, a wholesale customer, think of it like Amazon Prime. I don't order Amazon Prime every month. I don't subscribe to anything there. I just get their perks, their free 2-day shipping, because I have their membership. And they don't give me loyalty points back. This is worth a whole lot more to me. And I do order every month. Some people call it their wellness box, right? You're getting your wellness things, your great personal care products, everything shipped right to your door. You're getting your shipping back, and you're getting starting at 10% and going to 30% back on product points. And that's a really awesome thing, to be able to be earning points back for what you ordered. And I'm going to just give you a quick little example using very round numbers. I get 30% back because I've been a loyalty member for almost 8 years, I think. And after 1 year of regular ordering, you can be at that 30%. And so when I place an order and it's 100 PV, and I say 100, not 125, because the math is easier. So I do an order of 100 PV. I'm going to get 30% of that 100 PV in points for free oils. So that means I'm going to get 30? See, the math is still a little hard for me. Okay, 30%. I'm going to say that's $30, 30 points for free oils. And I'm going to get my shipping, my $6.99 or $3.99 if I'm not in a rush, back. So I'm going to get, let's say, 4 more points. So by placing my 100 PV loyalty rewards order, getting my supplements, my laundry detergent, I'm getting $34, 34 points for free oils, which could buy some really cool oils. In 2 months, I have enough for frankincense. So that's where, if you are wanting to shop smart, get the most for your money, that loyalty plan is really valuable. Another thing to know about that loyalty plan, which we'll go more into next time, is that there is no minimum order. You could order literally like a lip balm or chapstick. And if you have a month where you just, your budget's extra tight because you're buying back to school things, whatever, you can get the free product of the month. And when you upgrade to Wellness Advocate because you're sharing with other people, you are able to get all of these, including a personal website where you can share out with others and help them enroll, and you can earn money with doTERRA. That's it. You don't have to pay extra for a Wellness Advocate. You don't have to buy a certain package of oils. All you do is upgrade so that they know that you want to be helping others and earning money. All right, I'm going to stop with that because we've gone long enough. And I'm going to say thank you so much for joining me and sticking with me. As we go, I'm going to learn how to be concise and how much to put in a little video. I'll probably break this one off. Oh, Carolyn keeps getting kicked off. Oh, and the video keeps stopping? Well, the recording here on Zoom is not going to keep stopping. And so I'll be able to go back and edit and then post it up into our Facebook group and clean this up and post it up into YouTube. And it's a little bit of a learning curve. And maybe, Carolyn, it was your internet connection that kept stopping it. So I hope you guys learned a good bit. I hope you have a fabulous day. And that you tune in next week, where we'll learn more about supporting our body with oils and with the things that are going to help our metabolism. And then we'll dive a little more into loyalty rewards and how to maximize and understand how to redeem points and how to how to earn the most points too. So have a fabulous day, and I'll catch you next time.